All right, guys, welcome back to Crypto Jiri. Today we'll be talking about Goldman Sachs, the Federal Reserve balance sheet, already and president calling for the national of mining for crypto, as well as JP Morgan, the CEO, was talking secretly in a meeting with Coinbase CEO. All right, so of course you can see today, Bitcoin is up 9,205. We did take a little dip off of a couple days ago, 129 pips, which isn't that bad, honestly. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it keeps going down a little bit, to hit back on a nice little pullback back on the support level. But we're for sure going to be seeing, hopefully sooner or later, back up to 14,000 or even 12,000, which will be nice. All right, so the first news of the day, Goldman Sachs is hosting a client call about Bitcoin gold inflation. So Goldman Sachs' latest client conference call will include a subject that Wall Street has either long derided or shrugged off: Bitcoin. Per an invitation to investors, the investment bank is holding a client call to U.S. economic outlook and implications of current policies for inflation, gold, and Bitcoin. The conference call, set for May 27th at 10:30 a.m. EST, is the 15th in a series on macroeconomic and financial trends. So, a lot of you guys may not know, but macroeconomics and financial trends are the biggest key factors in trading as well as investing, especially macro, because it's all numbers and numbers don't lie, right? And basically you're going to implement that in their call, which will be talking about gold, right, which is the oldest, hardest asset in the world, as well as land, and Bitcoin, right, which is the new future present day hardest asset, where it's basically catching up to gold, or even more expensive than gold technically, right? But gold is hard to find, but Bitcoin does have a market cap. So let's take a look on what else they're going to be talking about. So as you guys can see, Sharmin Mazravi-Rami, a chief investment officer at Goldman, will host the call alongside Jason Furman, an economics professor at Harvard Kennedy Business School, and Jan Houtsis, a chief economist and head of global research of Goldman Sachs. In 2018, Mazravi-Rami said that he saw no value in Bitcoin or the cryptocurrencies. Of course, people do change their mind. I don't blame them, right? So let's keep reading. The invitation did not reveal any further information on the contents of the call outside the headline per this title, though the calls ostensibly aim to discuss how current central bank policy and the risk of monetary inflation could impact assets like Bitcoin and gold. In 2020, the Federal Reserve has printed over $3 trillion through a mixture of QE and fiscal programs like the CARES Act, expanding its balance sheet nearly twofold in the first quarter of the new decade alone. So, I don't know if you guys checked out my last video, but I did talk about, as well as review, a podcast that Anthony Pompliano was hosting, that was interviewing a hedge fund person. I'm not going to state his name just because I want you guys to check it out, because the things he said are very interesting and very factually true about our current economy, as well as these things already been happening before Corona even came out. So that's why a lot of hedge funds and investors are looking into Bitcoin, just because dollar is going to be falling soon, euro is going to be disappearing, as well as other very well-known currencies all around the world, such as pounds as well. So of course, a lot of politicians and governments are looking to, okay, what is the next currency? I wouldn't say Bitcoin because they couldn't be able to control it, but hey, Tether's out there for USDT, right, for the US dollar. China has been using it forever. A couple days ago, they did confirm over $3 billion of Tether has been moved. So, of course, I'd say China just because China cannot get a hold of a dollar because of sanctions and all that. So, we'll see. Or even Libra, right, could become the new backed dollar in a sense. All right, so next thing on the topic is the Federal Reserve balance sheet reaches over $7 trillion. 1 trillion growth within a month. That is insane, guys. Like, think about that. Think about that number. In 1 month, they printed $1 trillion. That's just insane, right? Just want you guys to think about that. We're paying taxes and they're printing money, editing their bank account like it's okay. So where's our tax paying money goes? Not too sure, but it's for sure not going into good paying citizens who actually take care of the communities and such and such. All right. So if we take a look, Iranian president calls for national crypto mining strategy. This will be very interesting. So let's take a closer look. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani has ordered the government to draw up a renewed national approach for the emerging crypto industry. So a little backstory about this. The reason why they're taking a look at the crypto mining strategy, they are kind of behind. I'd say a lot just because of Bitcoin going up, especially the halving as well as Ethereum and stuff like that. But this might be good just because I've heard that they have very low costs of electricity in Iran. But who knows to say if it's true. I just heard as a rumor. So chairing Iran's Economic Coordination Headquarters seminar for the National Economic Strategy earlier this week, Rouhani told officials from the Central Bank of Iran, CBI, Energy Department, and Information and Communications Technology Ministries that need to advise a new national strategy for crypto mining, including regulation of mining revenue, Iranian news site reported on Wednesday. So this is very good news, right? More players in the market. Bitcoin's for sure going to be going up just because of this, as well as Goldman Sachs and other hedge funds buying into it. So it's going to be a very good year in 2020, as well as in the next 2 years are going to be very good for hodlers. So like I said, guys, keep buying it. Don't put all your savings into it. Buy little, okay? Because it's going to grow no matter what. The news comes barely 2 days after the Iranian parliament published a bill proposing to apply the country's strict foreign exchange and currency smuggling regulation to cryptocurrencies. The new parliamentary law would also require crypto exchanges operating in the country to first register with the CBI, possibly in a move to try and prevent too much capital leaving the country. So again, another not so good news. They're going to try to, of course, regulate their money as well as what China's doing basically with theirs as well in the cryptocurrency market. All right, last but not least, we'll take JP Morgan CEO held secret meetings with Coinbase CEO, which I'm not surprised, right? I think a week ago or two, did a video on this topic on JP Morgan customers with Coinbase and Gemini. But let's take a closer look on what they may have said in the meeting. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon hosted secret meetings with Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong as early as 2018. Interesting. Because they've been bashing a lot of the cryptocurrencies since that time. So, right, don't listen to big banks, central banks, as well as governments and politicians. Listen to what they do in action, not to what they say. All right. According to Fortune journalist and author Jeff Roberts, he divulged the information while promoting his book Kings of Crypto, which covers Coinbase's rise to prominence along with its many stumbles. On May 12th, the Wall Street Journal revealed that JP Morgan is now providing banking services for Coinbase and crypto exchange Gemini. It approved their accounts in April, and transactions have recently started being processed. So, all right, the news came out in beginning of May that they have partnered up, and they already have approved accounts since April. So who knows what else they have, you're right, behind closed doors with these two big exchanges in the crypto space. The revelation, especially remarkable given the distinctual anti-Bitcoin stance professed publicly by Jamie Dimon during the time period in question. The JP Morgan chief, as Roberts notes, had pissed on Bitcoin for years and was one of the crypto's biggest boogeyman. Right. In September 2017, Dimon called Bitcoin a fraud. In August 2018, he called it a scam. And in October 2018, Dimon said, I don't really give a shit about Bitcoin. But behind closed doors, they were doing deals at the same year. So again, guys, don't listen to what very big people in the markets, as well as, for example, me, or for example, anyone. Do not listen to what they say. Listen to what they do, right? Just because they're saying it doesn't mean that they're doing it, right? Because a lot of people, like JP Morgan, for example, do manipulate the markets. Goldman Sachs manipulate the markets. Wells Fargo manipulates the markets, right? As you guys seen, they got sued that they were manipulating their stocks, right? So we'll see what's going to be going on in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this content. Of course, please like, subscribe, and share. We do have a group chat for traders. There'll be a link in the description. You guys can check it out. Other than that, like I always say, guys, keep hodling.